Hello, students and parents, and mostly the students and parents of students with school instruments. We have a very important day coming up this week, Thursday, May 14th, 2020, which is the day that all school instruments have to be returned. Okay, it has to be Thursday, May 14th. We need all of the instruments back. It's 32 instruments and 30 families. Okay. We're going to go over the step-by-step process here. Make sure there's no question as to what to do on Thursday. It has to be done Thursday. The district office is very, very concerned and interested in this process to make sure we get all of the instruments back in a safe manner. So we'll take a brief break and we'll go through the step-by-step process for Thursday morning and returning your sons and daughters' school instruments. So quick break and we'll be right back. Okay, this is the way it's going to go. Thursday we'll go step by step and walk you through the entire process here. First of all, arrive at school at Warren Junior High between 10 and 11 a.m. It's an hour-long window, and given the fact that we only have 32 instruments out there, that should be plenty of time for everybody. So between 10 and 11 a.m. Thursday morning is when you should arrive at school. Now, what you do is you go to the gymnasium parking lot and look for the blue pop-up tent. Now, my daughter and I are going to set up a pop-up tent kind of in front of the gates that lead into the school, the gates between the multi-purpose room and the gymnasium. So that's where we'll be. You'll park in the parking lot in front of the gymnasium, but you'll look for the blue pop-up tent. Okay, it should be very clear and very plain to see. In the event that it's windy and we can't use the pop-up tent, you will see me out there along with my daughter. Now, when you get there, if it's more than one person being waited on, or waiting to be waited on, I'm going to mark the sidewalk in front of the gym with blue paint tape, 6 feet apart. I believe the office window is similar manner. We want you to stay 6 feet apart. Please use the sidewalk markings and don't crowd people in front of you. We will practice social distancing, so just wait in line 6 feet apart. Again, the sidewalk will be marked. Now, when it's your turn, you come up to the table where I will be, and what you do is you show the case to me so that I can verify that it is the correct instrument that was checked out to you. Now, I'll have a list of the inventory and I'll have all of the instrument loan forms out there in case there is any discrepancy between the instrument that was checked out to you and the instrument that you are returning, to make sure we have no problems. I will say that before this whole process started, every instrument that was not checked out to a student was in the band room and all accounted for. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that the instrument that you turn in, unless you accidentally swapped it with some other student, the instrument you turn in should be the correct one. But we will have to verify it, okay? We will check. Then after we verify it and we have determined it's yours, you are going to open the case, not me. You are going to open the case and remove personal items that belong to you. Okay, we're talking things like reeds, just your own personal mouthpiece that you bought, like clarinets, say it was a Height Premier. There was one Height Premier clarinet, I don't know whose it is, that has to stay in the case, and I think you know who it is. There's one Height Premier that came with the clarinet. Any music, any folders in some of the bigger cases. Some kids like to stick folders in there. Again, that's against my better judgment, and I hope you don't do that. But If your folder is in your case, take it out. Take the music. If you want to donate your book, you can leave your book with me. Take the folder and music home and do with it as you wish. But it needs to come out of the case. Okay, the only thing that's left behind is anything that doesn't belong to you. The stock mouthpiece, the instrument itself, the neck strap, ligature, the the mouthpiece cap for woodwind instruments. We also would prefer that you leave behind lubricating items like valve oil, cork grease, slide grease, trombone slide cream. Anything like that, please leave that behind. You're going to get a new instrument next year in high school, or you'll get another school instrument next year at Warren. And if it's the same one you had last year, those lubricants will be there when you return in the fall. Okay, so please leave behind what does not belong to you. Again, that includes the cleaning items. Also, flutes, leave behind the flute rod. Leave behind any cleaning items, those saxophones, those shivets that go into the instrument. Leave those behind. Clarinets, the cloth with the string on it that you use to clean out your clarinet, leave that behind, okay? Those are things that don't belong to you, that stay with the clarinet. Generally what you take with you is reeds, folders, music, books, and again, if you don't want to keep your book, you can give it to me, okay? When you are done, you're free to go home. That's it. You can leave. I might, if I've got the time, I'd love to say goodbye to you and just wish you well. I hate to be impersonal because, believe me, this is not easy. Ending the year like this, and I don't get to say goodbye to you kids. But for some of you, this is the last I'll see of you. So if I can at least get a goodbye in, I'll try. I just don't want to keep a lot of people waiting in the line. But this is not going to take very long. It's just basically 2 to 3 minutes total. This is not something that's going to take all day. If everything goes correctly, this will be very, very quick. But it is very, very important that you return the instrument. Okay? That's the main thing. Don't worry about how long it's going to take. If it's a little bit of a wait in line, be patient. It should be 2 to 3 minutes per student. And the line should go quick. This is not a long process. We're going to check the instrument, make sure it's yours, and then once you leave, my daughter and I will worry about sanitizing the instrument and making it ready for transport to California Keyboards. But that's not your problem. That's my problem. Okay? Just as long as you turn the instrument in, and it is the one that was checked out to you, you're good. Once you're done, you can just go on back home. Or if you're going to do the grab-and-go lunch, you can just get in the lunch line. Okay? All right. Now, if we don't get the instrument back from you, as always, there are consequences. Okay? So you all need to be aware of what happens if we don't get the instrument back. You will be reported, students, to Mr. Thornburg and to music administration at the district office. We had a Zoom meeting on Friday, and we have to inform them as well as Mr. Thornburg. Okay? Because you've got school property that you're delinquent on returning it. Okay? So we have to report you to Mr. Thornburg and to the musical admins at the district office. Then, going further, I will contact Miss Hodges and place a hold yearbook on you if you have a yearbook coming, which means receipt of your yearbook will be withheld until we get your instrument back. Okay? All right? We've meted out hold yearbook penalties before. They last usually a total of 1 day. Because once we do that, the instrument comes back the next day. Okay? So this should pretty much guarantee we get your instrument. But if this is not enough, we have one more god-awful thing, and that is hold diploma. I will contact Mr. Thornburg, and we will withhold your diploma until we get your instrument back. Okay? So there it is. this is what will happen if we don't get your instrument on Thursday. Okay? Just want to make sure everybody understands. All right, we will take another quick break and we will wrap this all up in just a moment. Okay, that's the process for Thursday. It is very important that all of you bring back those 32 instruments. Every one of them. Okay? It's been a wonderful year up until it came to a sudden end back in mid-March. This is the only thing that can really ruin the end of your year is if you do not return these instruments. Okay? And again, this is not addressing all of you, it's just the 30 families with 32 instruments that we need them back. Okay? So, we'll see you Thursday morning, May 14th, 2020, between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock in the morning. Okay? You know where to go. To the pop-up tent area outside the gym. Wait in line. Give us back your instrument. Let us verify it's yours and take what's yours and leave behind what isn't yours and be on your way. And there it is. Okay? Okay, if you have a school instrument, we will see you Thursday morning. Okay? And please do not forget. And make sure you do turn the instrument in. All right, that's it. This is Mr. Pickett, and we'll see you Thursday morning with your school instrument. Bye-bye for now.